Good evening, Internet. My name is Michael and I'm here to review some stuff for you. Tonight we're going to continue Psychic September with my second low-key psychic movie, a 1990s suspense thriller starring Kevin Bacon and Stir of Echoes. Now, if you've never seen this movie before, let me read the back so you can get a general idea. Tom Wazitsky is a blue-collar worker, a family man, the most ordinary guy in the world, who is about to be plumped into a shattering encounter with another world. And it doesn't matter that Tom doesn't believe in the supernatural because something supernatural is about to believe in him. After he's hypnotized by in a neighborhood party, Tom changes. He sees things that he can't explain and hears voices he can't ignore. As the horrific visions intensify, Tom realizes that they are pieces to a puzzle, echoes of a crime calling out to be solved. But when his otherworldly nightmares become true, Tom wants out. He desperately tries to rid himself of his eerie, unwanted powers, only to be seized by an irresistible compulsion to dig deeper and deeper into the mystery that is consuming his life. That is when he uncovers the truth that will draw him into a long-buried secret of a ghostly crime, a vengeful spirit, and the lethal price of laying that spirit to rest. So yeah, that's actually a really good description of this movie. The plot is basically Kevin Bacon plays Tom, the character. Tom, he's a blue-collar worker. He's living in Chicago with his family, and he has a pretty ordinary life. He's at a party when he is hypnotized by his sister-in-law, and she tells him to have an open mind, and that unlocks his latent psychic potential, apparently. And after that, he starts getting basically visions from a ghost who was murdered, and she wants him basically to find her body and find the killer and stuff. And then the rest of the movie is just him dealing with that. And eventually the mystery gets solved, and the ghost is laid to rest, and that's the movie. I don't want to say too much about the plot because it's pretty good, especially the ending, because that was not quite what I was expecting when I watched it, but really quite entertaining. This is a really good movie, and it's almost a horror movie, but not quite, because the ghost does a lot of really creepy scenes, like stuff you would see in like a late 90s ghost horror movie, but she doesn't really do anything. She's kind of scary, but she never like hurts anybody, which was actually kind of a nice turn for a movie with a ghost and, you know, basically a haunted house. The ghost, she really wants Kevin Bacon to solve the mystery, but even at her worst, she doesn't hurt anybody. And so yeah, it's a cool movie. I do recommend you watch it. And now for the psychic bits. Kind of like Suspect Zero. This one has psychic powers, but it portrays them much more, not really over the top or anything. The psychic powers that the main character portrays is that he can see ghosts, and he occasionally gets glimpses of the future, and sometimes he just knows things. The main thing in this movie, though, is that he has absolutely no control over these powers whatsoever. He just gets visions at random almost, and in the movie, it's very hard for him to deal with it, and it almost breaks his family apart, and he becomes obsessed with finding basically the body of the dead girl because she won't leave him alone. And then also in the movie is the character of his son, who also has psychic powers, but he has much, much more powerful psychic powers, and he's often seen talking to the ghost and some other stuff. They also reveal that, sort of in a little byplay in the movie, when his wife runs into some people that are also psychic, there's a psychic there, explains to her how the powers work in this universe. So it's not just a thing localized with Kevin Bacon and his son. And so, yeah, the psychic powers are pretty cool in this one. They're much more the classic ESP type stuff. And anyway, that's all I have to say about this movie. I definitely give it a 5. It's a good, creepy movie to watch, and it has a pretty cool mystery to it for the ghost. Anyway, stay tuned next week when we'll start on the much, much more over-the-top psychic power movies. And, well, see you then.